Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's Dr. Crypto here and a happy new year to you. I hope everybody's had a fantastic Christmas, had their rest and getting ready for this bull run, because the bull run is still on and the bull run has got a long way to go throughout 2025. And don't forget, we've got a president of the United States, Donald Trump, who's going to get inaugurated in the next week or two. So that's something to really look forward to. That's going to bring some really extra volatility to the markets, crypto market, traditional markets. But at the moment, we're all green again. We're getting there. We're coming back. Alt season is just around the corner, and maybe it's even started at some point now for some people when we see like coins like XRP making some major moves to the upside, and XLM as well. So, but obviously, there's a lot of coins that are still really undervalued at the moment, and one of them is CRO. And I'm going to talk about CRO, crypto.com, Bitcoin dominance as well. Before I start, smash that like button, give a subscribe. Your support is always much appreciated, and it's great to see again on the daily. Like I said, we've got a lot of green bubbles at the moment. It's been a bit of a touch and go, but on the weekly, we've still got some green bubbles coming up. We had BGB, which has made some big moves as well. We see that that's 309% because of their burn. So hopefully CRO is going to get some burns. Or we're going to find out of Cronos chain soon, hopefully, that we're going to find out about the quarterly burns. But will crypto.com give us an announcement of a burn, put that in a dead wallet, and then see us rocket up to 3 to 4 to 500%. You know, nothing's guaranteed in this world, but hopefully something will come about. But obviously, being BGB, the people who own the tokens on that, congratulations to you as well. So yeah, overall, it's looking pretty dandy. And you can see here, a lot of coins still on the yearly are down such a lot. Sand down 49%, Tier down 81%, Filecoin down 6-7%. You know, it's crazy. It's still down, and this is why I think at the moment it's still a DCA opportunity. Nothing I say in his financial advice. And plus, I also want to point out I do own CRO as well, and various other coins like Bitcoin and other coins as well, and Mary and a bit of Core. You know, so I do own them. So disclosure out there, so that covers that one. But looking at CRO at the moment, we're getting closer. It looks like we're getting close to that breakout. And I said it doesn't going to take much if we get some news about a burn or some other type of news, but definitely a burn. Expect we're going to make some big moves to the upside, because right now we're just on that falling wedge. We're at higher highs, higher lows, and we're coming down. And we've retested that area of support, the downward trend there, and we've bounced off that perfectly. Now we're coming up to a bit of a resistance at the moment. But I think, like I said, if we get some good news come out, some fundamental news come out, I'm expecting we're going to break out to the upside. But if Bitcoin also make a big move as well, again, that's going to push us further up as well. So, but honestly, we could come hit here and come back down and retest down the areas about that 13 cents kind of area. That's always a possibility. So you've always got to have your risk management in place. But in the moment, we can see on the oscillator, it's been a downward trend. It's been a downward trend. See the green dots? That's normally the bullish. The grey dots basically telling us there's potential down to the downside. At the moment, we've just got a green dot, which is pushing us to the upside. And we can see the money flow has been coming out, but we're starting to curve over back to the upside. So hopefully the volume comes in soon, because don't forget what you got to bear in mind. At the moment, in stock markets and the crypto space, a lot of people are still on their vacation. They won't be back till probably next week. And then they'll start settling in. And it may be the following week where we start really seeing some big move actions, and just in time for the inauguration of the President Donald Trump as well. But overall, CRO's looking healthy. Buying a dip down here was an opportunity, in my opinion, but there's also a risk that we could come back down. That's obviously a risk as well. But at the moment, we're sitting just above $4 billion. We're up 9.26%, 38.32 million in volume. And we can see here the bullishness is 89 and 11%. That hasn't really changed much. And do you know something? I really don't think retail is fully back yet. I really don't. But they will be. As soon as we start to see this alt season, as soon as we start to see a lot of altcoins make some really, really big moves again, then I think that's when retail are going to start to paddle back in again. And if Bitcoin ever hits 120,000, 150,000, I think we're going to see retail definitely coming in at that point in time, and FOMO winning and pushing our bags higher up. That's what we want to see. But Chris has pointed out quite rightly here, you know, we've got a crypto showdown as well, which I think is 1 million CRO in prize. So hopefully, you know, we're going to get some more news about new partnerships. But Chris has given a rundown here of everything that's happened over December. It's really been big. Exchange OTC desks support Bitcoin ETFs. We've got Deutsche Bank partnerships, don't forget. GPP on ramp support on the exchanges as well. So there's lots of things that happen on the monthly update from Chris, the CEO of Crypto.com. And right at the end, actually, let's just go back right to the end on this one and check out what he said. He said also, it's 2025, the game begins, new comments below with features you would like to see to build. I'm not going to go through all the comments, but I know a lot of comments on there are asking for a burn mechanism and that, because at the end of the day, I know it gets a bit frustrating with some people about, you see BitGet and you see Leo token go to all-time highs, Binance Coin, BNB is go to all times, and CRO is still down there. So this is why I think this is still an opportunity to DCA in to CRO, because I think it's only a matter of time now. It could be any day now or any week that we're going to get an announcement regarding the burns, regarding the Cronos chain, or we may well get something off Chris, the CEO of Crypto.com, that maybe they've gone and burnt, say, 5 billion CRO or something like that, or 10 billion or something. We might get some news, because they're very good at that, Crypto.com, of giving you that nice little surprise. It's always got something up the sleeve, because they see the comments on X. They see the comments on YouTube as well. They do see these comments that people want these burns, and they see people getting frustrated because they see other projects like BitGet, BGB coin making all-time highs because they've done a burn mechanism. So everybody, some people get frustrated, and they do see that. And I think there's something up their sleeve. They're waiting for, they like Crypto.com, like to wait for that perfect time to make a move. And maybe they're waiting for that retail to come in a little bit more and a bit more excitement coming, because the more excitement we get, the higher up we're going to go. And maybe that's the case. But we're waiting for Bitcoin at the moment. Now, looking at Bitcoin at the moment on the 4-hourly, on the downtrend, look at that. Perfectly. Absolutely perfect. We retested down here around about that 91,000 again. We've got a lot of support, by the way, around about that $90,000. I know people saying $86,000, and I said it's a possibility. It could be a possibility we come back down. We've broken through that downward trend and we come back down. That's always a possibility. But at the moment, the bullishness is on our side. The bulls are on our side. The downward trend, we've broken out of that downward trend, and hopefully on and on we're upwards. Because see that white line and the red line there? That is an area of consolidation. Don't forget, again, it's like a compression, isn't it? You could press something down hard enough. At some point, you've got to let it go. And that's like an elastic band as well. You could stretch it. At some point, you've got to let it go. And this is the same thing. We're just in this area of consolidation. We see the oscillator here as well. We can see where we've had that downward time. Look at that. Perfectly. Grey dot there. Downward we go. Green dot, up we go. And look at that. We've got a nice green dot there. Up we go. Bit of a dip here. And then we're broken out again. So look at that. Absolutely picture perfect there. So we've broken out that downward trend. And like I said, we had that head and shoulders. As that played out, potentially that might have been the bottom. Again, the local bottom, it's played out, and now it's onwards and upwards again. So obviously, time will tell on this one, because don't forget, again, liquidity is fairly low at the moment. But we can see here, I'm also checking out Ethereum very quickly. Again, let's move that out the way there. So we can see here, Ethereum, again, on the 4-hourly, is starting to break out that downward trend. So we had that big drop down, consolidation, and now we're starting to break out of that downward trend as well. And we've got the first green dot. And look where we are. We're down back where we were back in 8th of September. So we're actually lower than we were there. But actually, look at that. We're starting to make a move. And look at the green there. The volume is starting to curve up. We're starting to curve back up to the upside. So I'm hoping, at the end of the day, we want Ethereum to make some big moves, because the big moves for Ethereum bakes will take that dominance away from Bitcoin. So Bitcoin dominance at the moment is, like I said, look at that. Absolutely picture perfect here. We hit that area of 59. We've dropped down. And look at that. We've curved over, and we're starting to drop down to the downside. So I want to see us break down below this white line here and carry on breaking down. I think to get alt season really, really going, we need to get down to those lower 50s and into the 40s, then drop down into the 30s. Is that a possibility? I do think that is. And I really do. Is it a possibility to go down to the 30s? I think it is. We've done it before. We really have done it before. So if we look on the weekly and look at the dominance, what happened before, we can see here, look at that dominance. That was back in 2020 when we had those massive gains for the alt season. Look at that massive drop down to the downside, and we went down to that 38%. And look where we are right now. We're coming into that area of that red zone again, that perfect red zone there, big drop down. We're coming into that red zone. Are we ready to parachute down to the downside? I think we are. We're getting closer and closer and closer. And like I said, we want the Ethereum to pump. We want Bitcoin to go sideways, Ethereum to pump, and dominance to drop down. And we want USDT to drop down as well. And that is where you get that alt season. So obviously, all eyes are on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the Bitcoin dominance right now. And that will help us pump our bags up too. So we could look at here and CBBI, because a lot of people are saying, oh, the bull market is over, and it's far from over. We're sitting at around about 79%. Now, every time the bull market's sort of been over, we've hit that 98 to 100% every time on these markers here. Absolutely perfect. You see the dotted lines there? That's the halving. Every halving, we've had a dip. Again, back here in 2017, we had the halving and we had that big correction. We went back up, another correction, up, another correction. And like I said, in a bull market, even though we have those big moves to the upside, we get the corrections on the way up. And that's what we're getting now. And we're starting to do that again. We've had the halving, we've had a big correction, we've pumped up. We started to have another correction. And then hopefully on and onwards, up we go. So we're far from over on the bull market, in my opinion. We've still got a way to go in 2025. Whereabouts in 2025 would it end up topping out? I'm not too sure. Because if Bitcoin pumps up to 150, 200, that might be getting close to it. And I think we're getting ready for a big move from Bitcoin sooner enough. But we've got the SMA 111-day there and the 350-day SMA as well. And look at that. Absolutely nowhere near each other. Absolutely a massive gap between those two moving averages right now. We're nowhere near towards the end of the bull market, should I say, not bear market, bull market. We've got a long way to go. And this is why I'm really excited about 2025. It really is bullish. We've got the President of the United States of America coming into power. We've got a lot of adoption happening around the world with Bitcoin and crypto. So this is a time to be excited. This is not a time, in my opinion, to be nervous or worried at the moment. So obviously, enjoy the gains and be patient. Be patient with CRO. It's inevitable something will happen at some point, and it's normally when you least expect it. So when you see these other tokens pumping up and yours is not doing anything, just be patient. And that is why I've been dealing DCAing into CRO, get my bags up more, because my average point has been about 50 pence down in the bear market. So I know in some of the comments last video, some people are also accumulating that, and congratulations to you, because that's when the fear was, the real fear, and that was the opportunity. So I'm averaging out. I'm doing all right at the moment, and hopefully you are too. So smash that like button, give subscribe, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Take care.